YouTube bro, my name is Nicholas Montez and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to another YouTube channel video. I'm so excited to have you all back here together again. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a end of the month list where we're ranking all 7 movies I saw in July of 2022. Let's go ahead and get started ranking all 7 of these movies. Okay, now this movie had some interesting aspects, but I feel like that the whole movie just kind of failed at that. And honestly was just very boring to me, so it comes in last place for me. Okay, now, as much as I remember of this movie, I honestly was very excited for it because of the action aspect, and that's pretty much all I got. The characters weren't really interesting. Everything else was pretty much just fine. I just love the action. The action was just very badass. So that's pretty much all I get from this film. Now, I was really excited for this film because, you know, I was a huge fan of Thor Ragnarok. I loved all the ideas what they had with bringing Jane Foster back in and making her mighty Thor, bringing in Gore the God Butcher, Christian Bale. Had a great experience as Batman, so I thought that would be great. And this movie just fell down the rails. The humor just did not feel right. It felt like there was too much of it. The stuff with Jane I thought was great, as she has cancer, so when she dies at the end I thought that was a great arc for her. Gore the God Butcher has some interesting aspects. At the same time, it's like, you have all this funny stuff, but then you have this serious stuff. It takes the tone out of the movie a little bit. There's kind of some continuity errors. They make Zeus a living joke. I am excited for Thor 5. I am excited for the Hercules versus Thor plotline. But overall, I did like this film. It had cool action sequences, but it was mostly just a mess. Now, this was a movie that I actually didn't review, but I watched it this past week, and I gotta say, it's actually pretty good. It tells this story about this beast and these pirates, and it tells a pretty good story. It has like some cool action, characters have specific choices, kids actually preach. It's just a pretty fun time. As I saw this very recently, I thought it was a pretty good film that explored certain stuff, but at the same time mixing in weird comedy bits with serious moments and then kind of doing all these different weird ideas. So I thought it was good overall, but kind of weird in the way they did with the ideas. So for me, I thought this was a nice little good rom-com about these two young people dating. And I thought it had a good thing going to it. There were some conversations they had about farting and all this stuff that I thought was very weird, but I thought it was a good film. Now for me, this movie is probably the best movie of this month. For me at least. There wasn't a lot of great movies this month, but I thought this movie was at least good. Of course, the action as a Russo Brothers film is amazing. Our two leads of Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans absolutely work. They both nail it in their performances, whether Ryan Gosling as the action hero and Chris Evans as a new role as being the villain of the film. I thought they both worked. The story itself is a little bit generic. It does feel like a generic action film. It's not something special. I didn't feel emotional or anything like that like I did with Infinity War and Endgame, which is another one of Russo Brothers films, but also some of my favorite movies of his and some of my favorite movies of all time. But overall, I liked The Gray Man, so it's my favorite film of July of 2022, and that's pretty much my ranking of all the July movies of 2022 that I have seen. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All my social media stuff is in the About section over there, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.